Hey, it's Jenna from Not So Mystical Tarot. This is going to be your reading for the time around Friday, the 26th of July, heading into the weekend. For all of the signs, they'll be timestamped in the description and in the first pinned comment. I would suggest watching your moon and rising signs as well, because that is a general reading and it will give you a little bit more clarification. You can find me on Instagram at Not So Mystical Tarot or NotSoMysticalTarot.com if you'd like a personal or private reading for more clarity. So let's get started with Aries. What do we have for Aries heading into the weekend? King of Pentacles, Aries, and Temperance. Okay, it looks like you have the ability this weekend to either make some deals that will further your career, possibly see something in your career come to fruition. Pentacles are career, money, finance, or your home environment, physicality, like exercise, that kind of thing. But you also have this Temperance card, and that tells me that you want to take it a little bit slowly. You want to be at an even keel when it comes to these things. And when you have this King of Pentacles, this king is in control. He knows what's going on, and he is successful. So I don't think you have to worry about not being successful. So that's why I think this Temperance is here to remind you to kind of stop, breathe, don't go rushing in. This success is coming to you anyway. You don't need to go rushing toward it, okay? All right, I dropped my cards on the way over. Some of them are upside down, but we do have here the Page of Cups coming in. So this lets me know that this is going to be something that comes kind of from a heart sort of space feeling, like this opportunity may not only mean a lot to you, but may be coming from a direction of someone who does mean a lot to you. Like this could be a coworker, like a treasured coworker or a boss, or it could be a family member. But either way, it is someone who really, truly, genuinely does care about you. And pages are message bringers, and this is emotional, but notice how she kind of holds that out, and she's kind of like, you don't have to immediately accept everything that's offered to you. I think there will be more than one thing offered, so you don't have to accept each and everything that comes your way. Again, with that Temperance card, keeping it even. You got the cups here, keeping it even, keeled and balanced, but you definitely will have some opportunities presented. You also have this Ace of Rods coming in, Ace of Wands, whatever you want to call it. Aces are gifts from the universe. This is a gift of action and opportunity, following your passion. So this is a great weekend coming up for you guys. I'm really interested to hear what it is you have going on, and like I said, be open to new opportunities, be ready to follow your passion, but just be on an even keel about it. Don't get all crazy, okay? Just don't act all crazy. It's you don't have to, all right? Gonna move on to Taurus. What do we have for Taurus this weekend? Right there, we've got the Nine of Pentacles for Taurus, so seeing some major progress, and the Hanged Man. Okay, something that you've been working on. Remember, you are the Earth signs, you are the Pentacles. Something you've been working on is starting to show a lot of progress. I don't know where this is coming from, but I do know that sometimes when people have these kinds of outward shows of abundance and progress, they start to feel a little weird about it. And like when someone says, wow, you look great, or congratulations on your promotion, you tend to be like, oh yeah, I didn't really do anything to deserve it. And you know what, that is not the way to receive a compliment or to enjoy the abundance that you've worked so hard to retain. So you have this Hanged Man here that's asking you to look at things a little bit differently. Look at it as though perhaps someone is paying, you're paying someone a compliment. Would you want them to just blow you off? And by the same token, maybe they're interested in how you did what you did. So be willing and open to share with them, but definitely be willing to look at it from their point of view. You may even get the people that say, oh, it must be nice. Those are the people you have to look at it differently. Don't bite their head off. Mostly what it is that they're probably a little bit jealous of your success, and it points out to them something that they are not doing. So try to look at it from their point of view and see that maybe they're just a little bit, I don't know, they're just a little jealous or whatever. But either way, you have this abundance that you really want to enjoy this weekend, so definitely do that. Now you have this Four of Cups, which is like bored, over it, don't really care. That's where I'm thinking people are going to be noticing the success that you have, and I think there's going to be a lot of comments about it, and you may just be like, oh my gosh, if one more person says something to me, I'm just going to be like, oh, you got a promotion, isn't that great? Or, oh, you're buying another house, or, oh, geez, you know, you've been working out, you look really great, you know, I don't have time to work out. Do you know what I'm saying? I think you're at that point where you're like, you know, it almost is like where we cut ourselves off success-wise because we don't want to hear about it anymore. And I just feel like you're going to maybe have a lot of people saying things about the level of success you've reached. And you know what? I guess it just comes with the territory. Again, looking at it in a different way, you just kind of have to go, okay, yeah, thanks a lot, and just sort of, you know, get away from that. You also have coming up this Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about your long-term planning. So that's the thing is, like, I think you've made some sort of change in your life or lifestyle, and other people maybe don't know what to do with that, but you know where you're going. You're making plans for the future, for the long range, and they're either going to catch up with you or they're not, and really either way, that's not your problem. That's kind of their thing. So you just keep doing you, you keep working on your success and your goals, and you let them kind of catch up when they catch up, okay? All right, we're going to move on now to our Geminis. What do we have for Gemini this weekend? Queen of Cups, okay, and the Sun. All right, Gemini, the Queen of Cups in this deck, when I get this card, I often see people-pleasing behavior, and I see someone who is in great need of some self-care, especially the Geminis, you are air signs. This is a lot of emotion stuff for you. If you take a look at, I want you to look at her face. The Queen of Cups is a nurturer. She is known to be like the mother of the tarot. She's, you know, besides the Empress, but she's very, very nurturing and caring, and she is everything to all people. And I often feel like the words people pleaser kind of come to mind. The thing is, I think that you may have been in this capacity lately, and so right now we're going to take some time away. Self-care is in order for you this weekend, Gemini, without a doubt. It is time. She can almost, this Queen of Cups, in the wrong situation, become like a martyr, where she's just putting herself out for everyone and everything, and really nobody cares. So it is time. You cannot continue. If this is you, if it doesn't feel like you, watch your moon and rising, because you could identify more with that. But for the people that I know this is truly affecting, it is time to back away from that kind of behavior and take your life back. You can only be everything to everyone for so long. You have nothing left to give. So it is time for you to engage in some self-care. And then the beautiful thing is that you do have here the Sun, and the Sun is brand new day, brand new beginning. I think if you take care of yourself this weekend, take care of the things you need to take care of. Like, I don't care if you need to stay home and do 9 loads of your own laundry, or you need to clean out your closet, or you need to just be alone reading a book all weekend. Whatever it is that's going to like feed you and nurture you and make you feel better, you do that, and on Monday you're going to feel like a different person. Now, coming up with this Queen of Cups here, this kind of martyry, people-pleasing thing, is this Seven of Swords. And the Seven of Swords in this instance, I really truly believe means that you don't have all of the information when it comes to some of the things you are putting your time and effort into, and it's really not worth your time. So some of these things that you feel like you have to do, I really think you don't have to do, and that's the thing. I don't think you have all of the information, and I don't think you're exploring all of your options. Sometimes this seven can be like, you know, they call it like a liable mission, like when you just don't, you know, someone just doesn't give you all the information. I really think that there are some things that you have taken under your own responsibility that really, they don't belong to you. So it is time to look into delegating some things, and things where you don't have all the information, you know what, let somebody else handle it. You don't need to be the be-all and end-all and the savior of everyone, okay? This is about you really looking in a different direction, and I want to say, like, turning over a new leaf. Like, by Monday, I think you're going to feel completely different and not so abused. This is the word I'm feeling. Like, you're just like, I can't do one more thing for one more person. Now, coming up with the Sun, you also have the Seven of Pentacles, and the Seven of Pentacles is very, very choosy. And I've used this analogy recently, and people have really, really liked it. The Seven of Pentacles is if this were like a big apple tree, in this big deck, you'll see it as like a pentacle's like laying on the ground and this guy's not picking it up. Well, here you see her and she's kind of looking through all the fruit and she's being very choosy and very, I don't want to say picky, but she's just being very choosy about what she accepts into her life. And that's kind of how I feel you're going to be with this whole brand new day concept, this brand new fresh start. If you were going to go out into an apple orchard and pick an apple to eat right this minute, would you walk up and pick one up off the ground that's been there for 2 or 3 days and it's got like a rotten side on it? Or would you go to the tree and pick the one that's ripe right now? That's the thing. Just because something comes at you doesn't mean you have to take it on. And that's this thing about being very choosy moving forward with this new leaf that you want to turn over. I really feel like this weekend is about self-care for you, and I feel like it's extremely important that you put all of your efforts into that so that you can rejuvenate yourself and feel a lot better on Monday. Okay, we are going to move on to our Cancers. What do we have for Cancer coming in to this weekend? Temperance. All right, Cancer, you are the Cups, so I want you to remember that you are the water signs and you have the Ten of Swords. Okay, so coming into this weekend, it's very important emotionally that you are on a very even keel, okay? That you know where you stand with your own emotions, that you have them in check, that you aren't all over the place emotionally. It seems that there is something here that is coming to an end. I think you already know what this is, and it's been coming for a long time. This does not have to be some huge, devastating, terrible thing, but there is something that for a while, I feel like it's for a while, has needed to be done, and I think it's kind of dragged itself out a little bit. What we have here coming in is the Chariot, so here you go. Okay, this weekend, whatever this is it's done. And the Chariot is about like energy moving very, very fast, and this also is the card that represents the Cancers a lot of the time. So you got some serious water energy here. You have this energy coming at you very quickly, but you also have the reminder with Temperance to keep it on a really even keel, because this, whatever this is that you've been kind of like ignoring or not wanting to let it die, it's dead, it's over, it's done with. So the other thing here too is that you want to like think about, okay, now that it's done, like we have to let it go. You want to pull these swords out and like, you know, stack them up and walk away. You know, it's time. It's time. Like, you've done what you can do, and now it's time. And here you go. You have the Eight of Pentacles showing up, and the Eight of Pentacles is kind of like, I think the only way that you will get through this less scathed would be to let this happen, clean it up and move on from it, and then use all of this crazy energy that you have, because like I said, you want to keep yourself on that even keel. This energy that you're feeling, this emotional energy, pour it into your work, because here this Eight of Pentacles shows that you really have the ability to do some major work this weekend and to really make some serious accomplishments happen in either career, money, finance, your environment, like your home. Perhaps you want to like go over your budget. I don't know, whatever it is that's in your tangible future. Maybe you need to go out and exercise. Maybe you have been exercising and now you need to get some new clothes. I don't know what it is, but whatever this is, this needs to go. This is done and it's over with, and it's important that you let it go so that you can move on. But that extra energy that you have left over, that like emotional kind of energy, you're going to want to channel that into something constructive. The Pentacles are always something constructive. So whether it's work or exercise or your home or whatever, channel that into something that is constructive for you. Okay, we're going to move on to our Leos. What do we have for Leo? Leo, Two of Wands and the Fool. Okay, Leo, you're going to be making some plans here, and I think that you don't have to have all of the information as of yet, but it's time to begin planning. This is like short-term planning, like planning for the next couple of weeks, or kind of planning for the next couple of weeks and then heading into August kind of planning, because there is something on your agenda that you want to do, and I think it's coming a little sooner than you had realized. So make your plans tentatively for the next couple of weeks, because there's something new that you want to do. There's some opportunity coming your way that you're going to want to take advantage of, and you want to be ready for that and not surprised when it shows up. Okay, you want to be able to embrace the opportunity, not freak out and not know what to do. Now you do have the King of Cups here, so as you're making the plans coming forward, do it with a full and whole emotional connection to what you really want while you make these plans, because it's going to be important that when these different opportunities come, you embrace the one that fulfills you emotionally, as well as just like a financial opportunity, you know, or a logical, you know, this makes good sense opportunity. You're going to want to really fully be able to embrace that, and to do that, you're going to have to call your emotions into question as well. Now, you also have this Nine of Wands coming up with the Fool. This tells me that you are a little bit tentative about taking a step forward. I mean, this could be like moving in with someone. It could be starting a new relationship. And, you know, the Nine of Wands is kind of about like, whoa, taking a step back, because that 10 is like, you know, somebody bent over with all the sticks on their back. It's very burdensome, and that's, you know, it's difficult to handle and not something most people want. So I think as there's opportunities, I think there's more than one come to you, you're going to want to examine them and say, like, is this going to be a burden to me or a benefit to me? You know, is this going to be something that gives me undue stress and burden to carry, or is this going to make me emotionally feel fantastic, and is this something I really want to do? So I just think as these opportunities come, you're going to want to take into account how you feel about each one, and then let that be your guide as to what you pursue coming up here in the next couple weeks. But especially this weekend, there are some things coming towards you. So I'll be interested to hear what those things are. All right, we're going to get started with our Virgos now. What do we have for our Virgos coming in? Oh, that one's flying out. You've got the Three of Wands, Virgo, and Justice. Okay. There is some decision being handed down. You have made some long-range plans. It's like you have already figured everything out, and you know exactly what you want to do, but you're kind of waiting on everybody else to get their things done and to turn like their assignments in. You know what I mean? It's an extremely frustrating position for you, Virgo. However, you are planners, and you are very good at following the rules and the plan and doing things the way you're supposed to do them. But I feel like it's getting old. Like you've got some plans that you have been making, and now you're like, okay, when is this going to get wrapped up? And I feel like this weekend it will kind of start to wrap itself up, and you can get back to the matter at hand, which is planning for your future. You're already 5 years down the road about what you want to have, what you want to do, what you want to be, where you want to go, and you're kind of waiting on this justice thing to kind of come in and sort of let you know how everything has gone down, so that you can move on with your plan. Now, you had a card that came out flipped upside down. I don't know what it is. We're going to see. It is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Now, you are the Pentacles. And this Queen of Pentacles, I do feel like it's either you or most likely a support system that you have nearby. If it's you, it's about you making sure you're fully organized. You know where all your money is, your bills are paid, your environment is neat, you're ready to go. Like if you're going to do school, or you're going to apply for another job, or anything like that, that all of your important things are in order and ready to go. Because like I said, this with this justice showing up, that's saying that this is kind of getting handed down to you, and be ready. Be ready, because it's definitely coming. Now, you also have the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands does not do anything that she doesn't want to do. So be prepared as this whole justice thing kind of comes into play, and the things that you've wanted happen, because I do feel like you're going to get some relief from the stress of worrying about whether these things will happen or not, and seeing that they actually do happen. When that does come down, enjoy it. The Queen of Wands is all about enjoying. So you have the Queen of Pentacles, who's highly responsible, making sure everything's in order, and then you've got the Queen of Wands, who's like, you actually got what you wanted. So please enjoy it. Don't make it a task or a chore. Really look to enjoy all of that moving forward, okay? All right, we're going to move on to our Libras. What do we have for Libra? 10 of Pentacles, Libra, with the Lovers this weekend. Okay, so looks like you have some very promising opportunities coming in either way. You have the 10 of Pentacles is about achieving a certain amount of success personally, career-wise, or like in your physical environment, whether it's in your home or like your physical body. But it looks like this weekend you see some serious results and you have some measured success. So it's something you've been working on for a while, and now this weekend, like let's just say it was about your physicality. You've been going to the gym, you've been working hard, and you realize, oh my gosh, I need new clothes. My clothes are too big. Something like that. It can also be, you've been working on your finances, paying down debt, things like that, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to pay whatever off next month. Or you could have a job opportunity that's available to you because of how hard you've worked. Either way, you definitely have some new things coming into your realm, and your success is pretty evident to those around you. Now, with this Lover's card, this can be platonic or it can be romantic. I feel like you already, you have somebody in your realm that truly and really supports you very much. So this is almost like you want to share your success with this person, or you do share that success, whether it's a workout partner or a romantic partner, and you have bills you're working on, or school, or whatever, a business that you work on together, whatever it is. You definitely have some serious support here, bigger than you even think. Now, you also have the Temperance card coming up. This is about keeping it on kind of an even keel as you're moving forward through this this is a lot of abundance, a lot of kind of like a celebration. I don't exactly know how to word that. It's a very large outward showing of success, and you, like I said, you have the support, but you do want to keep this on an even keel. You don't want to make it all about that. There are people, I feel like there are people involved here, not just money and stuff in items. Yeah, you know what I mean? You want to make sure this person realizes that you value their support because you care about them, not because they gave you stuff. Do you see what I'm saying? And you also have the Fool. So what I'm seeing here is that maybe you are starting on a new journey with someone as well, whether it could be romantic or business-wise. But either way, this success is allowing you now to begin to start to do something different. And that opportunity will show itself to you this weekend. So I will be interested to hear kind of what you decide to do with that. All right, we're going to move on to our Scorpios. What do we have for Scorpio? We have the King of Swords, decisions, judgments, and the Hanged Man. Okay, hard decisions coming up here, Scorpio. This weekend, it looks like you may have some different options, things you hadn't thought of before. This Hanged Man is about looking at things differently, but nonetheless, you do have some serious decisions to make, and they could be about anything. It can be, your career. It can be your personal life. It looks like it is your personal life. You've got this 10 of Cups here, so you have this opportunity to make some decisions about whether you want to be, I'm hearing, do I want to be right or do I want to be happy? I don't know who that's for, but you have some decisions to make regarding your personal relationships. You can choose to be really, really happy, or sometimes you can choose to be right, and I guess that could be, do you want to drag something out that, I don't know who that's for, but somebody wants to drag something out that is kind of over and done. So with this King of Swords, it's kind of are we done with it? Yeah, okay, we're not going to talk about it anymore. Or certain people, are you done with these people? Are you done with this relationship? Whatever it might be, it's time to focus on your happiness, not on anything else. So it seems like it's time to just cut out anything that is nonsensical and is not really worthy of being in your space, if you know what I'm saying. You also have the Temperance card. So while because you are the Cups, okay, you are the emotions, and she's got the Cups, right there. So because that is you're going to want to make sure you have an even, and a lot of people are getting Temperance this weekend. You want to have that even level of emotion. You don't want to be too crazy and off the rails. And again, you've got this solid, logical judge here who's this makes sense, this doesn't make sense. You may have to look at things differently because, like I said, you're emotional, you're the Cups, but you need to look at things like an air sign, logical. Is this right or is this wrong? Does this make sense or doesn't it? And if it doesn't, you've got to cut it out and let it go, okay? But you want to focus on being happy, not necessarily right, but definitely happy. All right, we're going to move on to our Sagittarians. What do we have for Sagittarius this weekend? Six of Wands, Sagittarius. Victories, I like that. And the Moon. Okay, it looks like you have encountered some things that were that looked too good to be true, and I think that you found out that they just might have been too good to be true, but you in the end come out victorious here. Sometimes we do have those things come up where we're like, oh my gosh, is it possible, could it be? But in the back of your mind you're like, I don't think so. And the good thing is here, they didn't take you for a ride. That's what I'm seeing, is that you come out, you come out knowing that you made the right choice, and I definitely see that here. You got this Seven of Swords, meaning you don't have all the information, and I think that is in reference directly to this. You knew, you're like, I don't know what this is over here, but I'm not quite believing what I'm seeing. I don't quite think I'm getting all of the info that I'm supposed to be getting, so I'm going to stay over here and do what I'm doing in my realm where I belong with the wands. I'm the fire sign. I'm going to do what I'm doing, and whatever you're doing over here, I know I don't have all the information, so I'm just going to let that ride. And I think that's exactly what you did, and it allowed you to be, like, I want to say, victorious over being fooled, being duped. I think you totally escaped being duped this weekend, because you're using your brain and you're just like, this doesn't make any sense to me, and I don't know what this is about, but you keep all your lies and baloney over there. You have this Five of Swords as well, and the Five of Swords is that negative communication, negative energy, and that's what I'm saying. Like, something might have been presented to you that seemed like a pretty good idea, but deep down you're going, this doesn't make any sense. I'm not getting involved with this. And then here with this Seven, you're like, yeah, I know I don't have all the information. I know someone is keeping something from me. This looks good, but I know this is not what it seems to be, and I'm not falling for it, and you don't, and that's really, really great. So just keep your eyes open this weekend, and don't believe everything they tell you, okay? Don't believe every opportunity that comes in. I don't think you do anyway, so just keep your eyes open this weekend. I want to see you get taken for a ride, okay? All right, we're going to move on to our Capricorns. Capricorn has got the Emperor. I like that for you. And Death. Okay. Got something going on here, Capricorn. I feel like you are in the position of the Emperor, where I know exactly what this is. I'm feeling like you are in a position where you've got yourself really together. You know exactly what's going on. You've got all your ducks in a row. You've got everything under control. And I feel, and I think you guys had some of this going on last week, that you have some hangers-on, and some people who see you here and go, oh, well, I want to have that too. Well, can you help me? And I feel like you kind of have gotten this group of people who want things for you for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want your help, they want your advice. I call them the assholes. They keep asking for your help, and you give them the advice, and they do whatever they want anyways, and you're like, why am I wasting my time? This Death card is saying, enough of that. That is coming to an end. I mean, you have worked hard to be on this high vibration, and this position of power that you're in. It's like personal power. I'm not saying you're out like ruling a foreign country. It's like personal power, and you've worked hard to be there. But these hangers-on, I feel like Death is going to come and kind of sweep them out of the way, because I think you're a little too nice to flick them off and get rid of them, and so sometimes Death just kind of comes through and just kind of ends that for you. Now, you are coming up, and this is funny with the Fool, so this is saying, like, you're going to take this good high vibration that you're on and do something different, and again, with Death kind of sweeping through and getting rid of the noise and the nonsense, it doesn't surprise me at all. And you also have this Eight of Cups coming up with the Death, so that's really funny, because the Eight, you see that this person is going to something much better than where they were, and it looks like here, like, this is all your hangers-on, and this is all these people that kind of clamor around you because they see you doing really well, and they're like, oh, can you help me? And you're like, yeah, I gotta go do this new thing. I would, but I got a thing I gotta do. So let Death come and kind of sweep out that mess and that nonsense, and you move on. You take care of yourself, okay? You take care of yourself, Capricorn. You don't need that you don't need that noise. Just let it go. Let the hangers-on go, and let somebody else deal with that. All right, we're going to move on to our Aquarians. What do we have for Aquarius this weekend coming up, the 26th? The Hermit. Time alone, time away, Virgos. And the Nine of Swords. Okay. It looks like you've just got some stuff on your mind. And I think I know for some of the Aquarians that I know you've got some life changes going on and some different things happening. And for the air signs, we get up in our head. I'm an Aquarius as well. We get up in our head and we start to worry about things that really don't need to be worried about. It's like we dig stuff up to find it and worry about it. So I guess the thing is, because Aquarians are earth signs, they're very logical. They have that logical brain. It's important to take some time away and process this stuff, because when you take the time away to process it, away from all the noise and distraction, you really notice, because you know he has his own light here. He knows who he is. He knows what he's doing. You realize that you're worrying about things that you can't control, and that's really a big, huge waste of your time. Now, coming up with this Hermit, you have the World. So I think this is just saying, when you clear up all of this noise and nonsense, you see that you have other opportunities to pursue besides worrying and stressing yourself out over stupid things. So I'm not saying what you're worrying about is stupid, but you get my point, okay? There's no point in worrying about things that you can't control. You have a whole world out there of things that you can control and you can achieve and you can do. Put your effort toward that, not towards this. And then coming up here, you have the Ace of Swords. And the Ace of Swords is an opportunity from the universe for you to think differently, do differently, get different. So Aquarius, I see you as using your logical brain, going, okay, I'm gonna handle myself now. Maybe you got off track and got worried about things that were out of your control. But at this point now, you're like, okay, well, I'm going to get myself together. I'm gonna get myself in order this weekend, and I'm gonna worry about me and what I need and what I want. That's what I'm gonna do. So there you have it, Aquarius. We're going to move on to our Pisces. What do we have for Pisces? Pisces. Four of Swords, Pisces, taking time away to evaluate, taking a step back, and strength. So you have something going on in your life that you need strength here in an infinite amount. Remember, this is not a brute strength, that's like loud and boisterous and obnoxious and angry. This is a quiet, calm, confident sort of strength. So you have something going on. I feel like it's personal, that you need to kind of just back away from whatever the situation is, and it will take all of the strength of decorum, as I call it, where you're like confident and calm, and you're like, and inside you're like a raging maniac, but you just like, you're going to need to step back away from whatever this situation is, and handle it like internally before you come back to the situation. And here you have coming up this Three of Cups. So it definitely is something personal and emotional. You are the Cups also, so it hits you very close to home, which is why you need to observe, step back, and use that calm strength that you have versus brute, angry, emotional, drama-filled, okay? Because it's easy with the Cups to get into a lot of drama, and that is not where you want to take yourself. Much more important that you keep yourself cool and calm and collected, and you come back and return to this circle when you are ready. You also have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands does not do anything she does not want to do. So in the midst of all of this, do not compromise yourself or what you believe in. Just make sure that you keep your cool and you follow your passion. You take care of you take care of your needs and your desires first before you, like I said, before you return to the circle and deal with what is going on in the drama arena of your life, okay? All right, I will talk to you all soon. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching.